Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Courageous Curiosity podcast. I'm Superintendent Ben Mainka here for another edition. Really excited today because we get to talk with a few of our students, exceptional students who had the opportunity to do just an awesome job this season, this year. Today, we're curious about what it's like to be a part of the marching band and what it entails, because I think a lot of people, you know, if you're a casual listener and you're not necessarily involved in the music community, you might see a band playing at a college football game that you watch, or you might see them playing, as they go through a parade or something like that. But you may not really understand what it takes and what it entails to do all of that. So we're going to talk to three incredible students as well as our accomplished band director, a director of bands here today. So really, really grateful that you're all here. I think to start things off, I would love for you to share just with the audience, the people that are watching or listening to the show, just who you are, what you do in the band, and just a little bit of a snapshot of who you are as a person. Sayna, we're going to start with you. Sayna, you are somebody who plays in the ensemble, and you play the piccolo. Is that right?
So I did play the piccolo junior year in the beginning, but the tuning was getting really bad, so we switched every piccolo to flute.
Wow. That's even more impressive, actually. Is it like a totally different type of instrument, or it's really similar?
It's really similar.
Okay, got it.
It's just a smaller, higher-pitched instrument,
Okay.
but it's a little different, but a lot of people can just pick it up right away.
Awesome.
I am a senior section leader of the flutes. I have been in marching band since freshman year, and it has just been a really big part of my life since then.
That's awesome. Thank you for being on the show today. Sophia.
Hello.
You're in the color guard.
Yes.
All right. Talk a little bit about that.
So I've been in the color guard since my 7th grade season.
Wow.
Winter guard. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's my 6th year. No, it's my 4th year.
Okay.
And I'm a section leader. I'm in 11th grade, and I spin rifle and flag, and I spin mostly rifle in the winter.
That's awesome. Very, very cool. Thanks for being here today. And Mr. Diroff, Matt Diroff, our director of bands.
Hi, I am Matt Diroff from Director of Bands, and this is my 7th year at Novi. And prior to that, I taught at Wayne Memorial High School for 17 years. And, since my time at Novi, I've just been really just getting to know the community and really fall in love with being here and hope to be here for a long time.
Love it.
Yeah.
You're doing such a great job,
Thank you.
and I appreciate all that you do. And then David, you're a senior, you're a drum major. Talk a little bit about, what you do here.
So I'm David Tauro, and I am this year I was one of the 4 drum majors for the marching band. And if you don't really know what a drum major is, you might see at a concert you'll have a director like Mr. Diroff standing on a podium and conducting for everyone. So in the marching band, it's kind of like blown up onto the football field, and we have the drum majors, kind of some of them stationed in the front and sometimes people stationed in the back, and we do the same thing. We're conducting and helping the band stay together.
So there are multiple drum majors, right?
Yes.
There are multiple because is it surely because the size of the band is so large that it requires that coordination?
Yeah, so when we have, let's say we're stretched across the field, we want everyone to be able to easily see one of the drum majors so they can see something.
Okay.
And then we have those people in the back so we can do stuff where people turn around so they're not left in the dark.
Okay.
They're not just guessing.
Awesome. Well, it's so great to have the 4 of you here, and I'm going to start with just kind of a question about the experience of just being in the marching band in general. So I'd love for you to kind of talk about your experience from your lens on, when does this start, right? When does this start? I mean, I know that as musicians, you're probably practicing all year round, but when do you actually start organized, coming together, learning about the show that you're going to do, and really kind of when does it culminate? So talk about the journey of the experience and when that kind of kicks off and what that feels like.
I can jump in actually and kind of lead into the student perspective. So generally, right about now, as soon as the season ends, we start talking and planning for the following year.
Wow.
And we'll get together generally in in January. By the end of January, there's about 5 of us that are on our design team to design the show, and we all throw a bunch of ideas out there and pick them apart a little bit, try to find something that we know the kids are going to enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And that design process really takes us through January, February, March, into April. It really continues through the summer, but as we hit April into May, we start seeing some of the product coming out.
Okay.
And so we can start introducing it as we get into May and toward the end of that previous school year. So.
And then all that planning culminates when everybody kind of comes together. Is band camp the kickoff then of when everybody kind of comes together to hear about the show for the first time, or is there stuff that's before that as well?
So we generally will do some kind of a reveal of what that theme is going to be,
Okay.
or what the show title is going to be. Sometime it depends on how our timeline of how quickly we come up with that, but generally between March and May,
Okay.
we'll come up with an announcement for the kids. We have this tradition where we always bring the seniors together, the upcoming seniors. We talk to the seniors about the show. We introduce it to the seniors first.
Oh, that's cool.
And so they're usually knocking on my office door like crazy, trying to find out, hey, what's happening? What's the show going to be? So we do that, and then usually within minutes we'll put an announcement out because we know that the word's going to travel fast.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
So that usually is by April, May we have that.
So Sayna and David, you got to hear about what the show was first. I mean, talk about your experience, kind of hearing what the show was, and then when you really start getting together and practicing it.
I think for a lot of the seniors, to be completely honest, we were a little bit skeptical about our new theme.
Okay.
Because this is really modern and something that we've never heard before. So we were all like, I wonder how this is going to work. Because all of the other traditional marching bands, I haven't heard of them focusing on a TV show character. But when I heard the music, I was good with it.
You were good.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of the music was really good.
And you did Wednesday, right? So I think just for people that are watching the show, this year's entire theme of the band show was around this character in this television series, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, to be honest, the idea came, I was watching the Macy's Parade last year.
Okay.
And there was a group that was introducing in the Macy's Parade a float or, some skit about the season 2 that was coming up.
Okay.
And I just happened to watch that, and I thought, wow, that would be really interesting. I'd like to, I hadn't watched the show myself at that point, but went and listened to the soundtrack. And I was like Sayna, and I started to listen to the soundtrack and started to think about some of the music that we could do. And, it generated from there about how do we make this character come to life in as many ways as possible on the field. And it really felt like something the kids could identify with.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, David?
Yeah, and then I would say kind of similar to Sayna, like people were definitely kind of skeptical of the idea because like I don't know if everybody wants to be dressing up like Wednesday or acting like that, but
Sure.
I think it was really cool to see throughout the season how like different things got added on. Maybe something like we were told that we were wearing a different part of our uniform. So instead of our usual green uniform, we were in all black. So like those things kind of just we added on, and it just got cooler, and you could see how everyone like really felt it. Like, wow, these things are really coming together.
That's awesome. And Sophia, you are obviously you're a part of the marching band, but you're kind of in a different group, being in color guard. Maybe explain a little bit about what that was like. Obviously, when you heard about the show, I know you heard about it after the seniors, but you're doing different sorts of routines and things like that are going to have to be kind of coordinated with this show as well. So what was that like?
So we found out at Winter Guard rehearsal, we were just like chilling, and then we saw like a thing that popped up, and it was just a photo of Wednesday.
Okay.
And we looked at our instructor and went, Wednesday? Like, what the heck? Like, we were just all shocked, and she was like, I'm not going to put you guys in braids. Don't worry. We ended up doing braids, but we ended up really liking them. Like,
Okay.
it was so fun. we all got to like braid each other's hair, and it was really a bonding moment. However, a lot of us were skeptical if it was going to get executed correctly, because like we didn't know like how we were going to perform it, because like in a show you have to like get into character, and usually like last season it was in concert and we had one character, like we were all sassy. However, on Wednesday it's like we changed during like part 2 we're sad, but part 3 we're like fierce and we embrace who we are.
Okay.
So it's like, it was really like, oh, is this going to be executed correctly? But it was.
So you have to provide a lot of the dramatics of the show. I mean, I know there's a lot of work in the footwork and how the show plays out, but I mean, for Color Guard specifically, you're actually a lot of the kind of, I would say, acting or emotional part of bringing that to life. Is that right?
Yeah, it's totally right. We say this one thing right before we perform. Our director, Leela Neal, she goes up to us and goes A-E-I-O-U to like show our facial expressions.
Yeah.
And then she goes Wednesday, and we all just like
Okay.
that. So like we have to really like get into character, because if you're not performing, like it's not really like, yeah, we have all the flags, we have all the tosses, but does it really matter if we're not performing?
That's awesome. Great job. Well, for our students, let's take us now into the point you found out about the show. Let's talk about band camp and what that experience is like.
So I think like leading up to band camp, we have like a series of smaller camps. Some of them are for our leadership team and our new members, just to help them like learn all this marching stuff that they've like never experienced before. So I think a lot of time goes into that. And the group kind of already like, we do a lot of like bonding activities at these earlier camps, and we kind of get to know each other. But I think at band camp, that's when it really all comes together. That's when we start to learn the actual parts of our show, when we actually like get on the field and we make the real forms that are going to be on our show. And I think throughout band camp this year, it was like the group got really close. We had some time even during band camp to do some like games throughout the week. And I think we do them in our sections, so all the flutes will be in one group, all the clarinets, all the trumpets. And I think that kind of helps them grow closer together, and I think it really helped our group grow closer together.
Awesome. What about for the two of you? I know that you're there a long time that week. It seems like it's kind of grueling.
I think band camp just really sets a foundation of how our season's going to go. And like David said, we do bond a lot, because 12 hours a day for 6 days a week, that's not easy. Outside, inside, just whatever you are, 12 hours is a lot. But through that, a lot of us got to bond and lean on each other, and we got to encourage everyone to work harder, embrace what we were doing, and I think it's a really nice like part of our band that we get to work for.
That's awesome.
Adding on to that, actually, like when I first started out, like it was like really split. Like it was band and then guard. Like we weren't really combined. And like I remember like all of us guard people wanted to be more combined. And then this year in band camp, like our drum majors, our band director, everybody just included us, and we felt more like full, like all together. That's why we got like the result we wanted, because we all wanted it and we all became really close.
That's awesome. So, Mr. Diroff, you are obviously a person who's got to direct the band, and you're kind of, making sure that all of this stuff is going together. You in order to pick this show, you have to have kind of a creative side to you. So is that kind of your skill set, is to kind of be the creative mind behind it? Are you really trying to plug people in who are really creative? And that's like, how do you navigate the selection process and all of that?
So it's a great question. And there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't see. I definitely am only one very small cog in the wheel. We have a design team of about 5 or 6 of us.
Okay.
Mr. Ronning is right there with me, Adam Ronning at the middle school, and the assistant director. He and I really took more of a role in spearheading things this year compared to the past few years. And we put together a team that comes up with a concept or takes a concept and starts to pick it apart and add little things and details and so on about how we could put both the musical aspects and the visual aspects of what we do together. And so that team of 5 or 6 people, we meet several times during that January, February, March development month. And then on top of that, we've got an instructional staff of incredible people, that 15 to 20 more people that are with us that are teaching the kids on a daily basis who have specialties in certain areas. And so I think what Adam and I try to do is we try to make sure that we've got people in those areas who have a high level of expertise that we know we can't do ourselves, whether it's percussion or color guard, and brass instruction, woodwind instruction, marching instruction, visual things, and so on. So we're kind of the puppet masters a little bit more than anything.
Yeah, it takes a lot. It's so impressive. I think one of the things for those people that might be listening, we also want to talk and celebrate the fact that, this year we not only qualified for the state championships, we took third overall, which is the best finish that Novi has had since all three of these students have been alive, which is kind of amazing. And so I'd love to hear from any of you just kind of, what do you think set this year apart? Was it just the execution? Was it just the teamwork? I mean, it's really, really difficult, I think, for the casual observer to know, what sets this performance apart from another. But, obviously a banner year for our marching band this year. So would love to hear, what you think kind of set this year apart.
We all wanted it this year. Like, we all put an effort. Like, last year and the years before, like, it was like a certain people wanted it and, like, some didn't, like, sprinkled in. However, this year, like, I could see, like, the band members, like, percussion, like, us, we all wanted that. We all were, like, we were going to put in our best foot forward, and Diroff and, like, our instructors, like, everybody would remind us, like, we're so close.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think a lot of it was we all wanted to do this. We all enjoyed being there, although like sometimes we were tired and sometimes it was difficult to get up from your bed. But it's just we all knew in the end this team, it was going to work, and we were actually really excited to get to do what we were doing.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of that came from our leadership team, and I think they really did an incredible job. Our leadership team is, I think if it's your second year in the program, you can join the leadership team. And then some of those people will be our section leaders. So section leaders have a huge role. Sometimes they have a lot of responsibilities communicating with their section. They schedule their own meetings with their section, which are completely student-led. And I think that's a huge part of marching band that is like what can make a difference year to year and how successful those are. And I thought throughout the season, like the level of commitment from our section leaders, and they really kept their priorities and like they had them clear, and they really executed it well through these sectionals and through their own leadership.
That's awesome. And I think people, we talk a lot about being at, whether you're in band or an esports team or an athletic team, the idea is that you're building skills that will help you be successful in the future. And kind of what you were describing there, David, is that's like real life learning how to work with others, learning how to lead. That's so awesome. But Mr. Diroff, what do you think set this year apart?
Well, I'm actually going to go off what David said. We had awesome leadership this year, just across all the sections. Every section in the band had really good leadership, and it really felt like when we talked about this as a staff, the students made choices. They made choices that they wanted to be. They wanted to achieve a level of excellence that we hadn't seen recently, and whether that level of excellence resulted in a third place, in getting a medal or whatever place or whatever score, it was really about raising the level of excellence.
Wow!
And we talked a lot about that in the beginning of, and Sophia mentioned this too, that having everybody on the same page and pulling in the same direction.
That's awesome.
Which you talk about in any job, any sport, anything, right?
I mean, this is it's an honor to have all four of you here today, and I know that each of you, in your own way, has put forward, your best effort to obviously, this has helped make you better people, but it's also really a pride moment for your school and your band, and just being able to kind of show everybody what this school district is about. But this is your individual and collective achievement, and we're really proud of everything you've done. But as we kind of wrap up, I would love each of you to just, for people that might be watching, for people that maybe they're not necessarily aware of what it's like to be in the band, or maybe they have children that are going to be coming up. What is it that you've loved the most about being a part of the marching band? And, what would you leave the audience with that? Sayna, we can start with you.
I think to just straight off my mind, first, it would be the memories. The people I've been around, like the memories I've had with my friends, because I'm here in band all the time. But also the growth I've had through marching band in myself as a student, a leader, just as a friend. And sometimes I was really thankful that I had the time to take my mind off of school. Because in band, you're locked in band. You get to be outside, which is something that a lot of students don't have the opportunity to. And I personally love being outside, being in the sun. And just, it was such a good time to be obligated to be outside and to be focused on something that you can, like, kind of relax.
It's awesome.
I totally agree with Sayna. Like, we get so much memories and we create so many bonds with all these people. Like, my closest friends are in color guard. Like, it's like all the growth we see with like our new members. Like, we're all connected and it's so nice. And another like thing also, like, with my personal growth, like, there's been moments where I'm like, oh, I want to give up. Like, it's so hard. Like, oh, I don't know if I can toss this. I don't know if I can do this. However, we have great staff, like amazing staff at Novi. It's like they give us work we can execute. Even though we don't think we can, they believe in us. And
I love that. It's awesome.
Yeah, I thought one of the coolest parts was, well, I'll go back a bit, like coming in as a freshman, like it's just a huge operation, and like taking it in that first year, it was like, wow, everything is like, these people are incredible. And I would see like my section leaders like, wow, they're doing a great job. And then I kind of thought like, this is going to be like, that's where we are now. And like that growth, like it's something that you don't think you can do. Like everyone does an incredible job. You see it and you're like, wow, I couldn't see myself in a role like that or doing what they're doing. But just to see that progress over the years and to see people grow into those roles and to see yourself grow into those roles is a really cool part of marching band.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you hear the kids talking about it right now, but the biggest thing that we hear from kids and parents is that it's a community. And, and that community includes our administration. It includes our school board. It includes our, all of our school faculty. It includes every part of this community. It includes, listeners out there in the community. It includes, people that come to the football games on Friday night. Even if they're coming to see football, but they're there for the band and they cheer the band on. But our students get that community through the experience, and that. And nowadays we're looking for that. We're looking for that. We're looking for opportunities to give kids that ability to connect with each other and to form those relationships, and we see it constantly, and it's a really awesome thing, and it's a huge part of our success.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, and to see how the band really does act and perform like a family in many ways.
Absolutely,
it's very, very cool. Congratulations to our band for this, not only this great season that you've just wrapped up, Sophia, we can't wait to see what you do next year. And Sayna and David, congratulations. You definitely left your mark and a legacy that hopefully you'll be able to look back on and be proud next year as we continue to take it to the next level. Mr. Diroff, thank you as always, and Mr. Ronning and everybody that's a part of your staff. I know it's a huge staff.
Thank you. And I do want to share too, if we're always looking for the community. Anytime you want to come out and watch any of our events that we have, whether the marching band, December 11th, we've got our winter concert. December 14th, we have a concert for the fourth graders. All of these things are always open to the public, and we love for anybody to come out and share in these student successes and so on too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would encourage anyone to come out and see them, because it's like watching a professional show. You cannot pay to hear better music than what you'll hear from these students, and they're just incredibly talented. So congratulations to you all. Congratulations to our band, and thank you all for listening. Stay curious and go Wildcats.